Hello, welcome to Bryan Living and Learning. I'm Bruggman from the City of Bryan's Communications Department.
And I'm Sandy Farris, the Communications Director for Bryan ISD.
We've got a great show for you here on today's episode of Bryan Living and Learning. The City of Bryan will take a look at our capital improvement plan and how now you can get involved in that process. We'll also show you an environmental education program which will soon be shown to students in Bryan ISD schools.
Well, Alan, from the district side, we have a look at our copy center. That's our production and printing facility that provides services for the district. We have a look at our Lamar Alternative High School, who recently graduated some students in December. Our 8th graders are getting ready for the new school year, and they'll begin registering for classes soon. But our first story is an important change to the Bryan ISD calendar.
Since 2003, Texas school districts have had the option of restructuring their academic calendar for the optional flexible year program. OFYP compacts the regular school year into a shorter time frame. Under OFYP, districts must provide at least 170 days of instruction for all students and 180 days for students who do not pass TAKS or are in danger of not being promoted to the next grade level. In December of 2008, the Bryan School Board approved of making changes to the 2008-2009 school calendar to reflect this OFYP schedule. Teachers and administrators are now working hard to educate students about the change and the requirements for the early release date.
You know, in order for a student to get out early and have that May 18th finish date, they need to make sure they pass all their classes. They need to make sure that you don't have excessive absences, and they need to make sure that you pass all your parts of your TAKS test. And we think that's a really good opportunity to give an incentive for students to really try hard and study for those tests and do well. And also, at the same time, it gives the students who are having problems and needing the extra help the opportunity to get that help.
TAKS results will be available in early May, and students will be notified as soon as possible as to whether or not they meet the requirements for the May 18th release date. If students do not meet the requirements for the early release date, they will attend an extra 10 days of school. However, the goal is not to punish certain students with more days of school, but to use those days as a time of intensive instruction in preparation for the final administration of the TAKS.
The OFYP calendar is a wonderful win-win situation for students. Not only does it reward students and give students who are very successful on the TAKS test and in their classes, give them some more time to be with their families or doing other endeavors, it gives us the opportunity to really train and target all of our faculty on those students who need the extra help so they can get the very best of the strengths that we have in our different teachers. It gives them more time than normally they'd be in summer school. It's like extending the summer school for extra days because we found in the past that really there's not enough time on task for students in summer school. We really just need more days to get those students ready. And so this gives us that opportunity to give those students the time they need.
Between May 20th and June 3rd, students will be able to take advantage of lower student-teacher ratios and more individualized attention and instruction.
We're really excited about this change because this gives an opportunity for our students who are having problems with their classes to get extra tutoring and extra help from a variety of teachers, some of our most skilled teachers.
The optional flexible year program is in place as a way to encourage good attendance and to motivate students academically, both in class and on the TAKS test. Grade levels who do not take the TAKS will be evaluated using other assessments to determine their OFYP eligibility. Parents or students who have more questions about OFYP are encouraged to contact their campus administrators or to email their questions to info@bryanisd.org.
Well, Sandy, I'm sure that all those kids will try extra hard on that TAKS test just so they can get out on the 18th.
Well, that's what we're hoping for, Alan. And we encourage parents, if they have any questions at all about OFYP, to call the campus principal. In December, Lamar Alternative High School saw over 50 students graduate from their program.
Tassels left on the left-hand side when you start out, guys.
This graduation is special not only because we're the only graduation in December for Bryan, but also because these kids were never supposed to graduate according to some teachers and some parents and what have you. But they defied all the odds and made it this far.
When I had my daughter, I fell behind. I got a lot of F's, and I'm an AB student, so I knew that I had to find somewhere to go to be able to finish school and keep my grades. And so I told my mom to take if I could be in Lamar, and she said yes. After that, I finished like 6 classes in the first 2 weeks that I was there. And I'm graduating 6 months early, and my daughter is the one who motivated me. She's 13 months old. And next fall, I'll be studying blend, and I'm gonna study forensics.
It's my honor to welcome you to the December or the winter commencement ceremony for the class of 2008 for the Lamar Alternative High School.
Lamar Alternative High School is a dropout recovery program. It's a school of choice where students who are having trouble with the traditional setting at Bryan High School or Rudder High School actually come to our program. They apply. We screen all candidates to make sure that these kids truly want to be there. While they're there, we accelerate them through some self-paced curriculum, some computerized curriculum, and regular instruction, semester-based. Our kids range from all 13 different criteria of at-risk status according to TEA, and all of them graduate having the tax test completed as well.
You are the graduates of the Lamar Alternative High School.
This time around, we had 52 graduates, which is the biggest graduating class in December ever for Lamar.
I was really falling behind at Bryan High. I really didn't have, there wasn't nothing good going for me at Bryan High. And when I heard about ACE, I really liked the idea that it was self-paced and I could get stuff done. So I took my mom up there, we went for the interview, I got in, and I got my stuff done.
Alan, the Lamar Alternative High School continues to provide a valuable service for those students.
Yeah, we'd like to congratulate all those students on receiving their high school diplomas. Our next story is about a new initiative started here at the City of Bryan that will give you, the citizen, a chance to give some input on the capital improvement plan and how those projects are prioritized. There are nearly 50 improvement projects on the City of Bryan's most recent capital improvement plan list, and now the city is asking for your input.
We've extended an invitation to neighborhood associations and homeowner associations that are interested in having myself and others come speak about the capital improvement program, the process, and what we've gone through this past year, and what projects are currently slated on our 5-year program, and get some input on those projects as well as others that they may want to have included in the next year's projects.
Currently, some of the 2009 projects are already in the design stages, with work set to begin at the end of this year. Renovations to the north side of downtown will begin in late 2009, as will work on multiple sidewalk improvements.
We've got some scheduled along Texas Avenue that are going from the Tejas Center down to the city limits. Others are along Martin Luther King from essentially State Highway 6 bypass or Rudder Freeway back into town, through downtown, and connecting up with the far west side, being over by Kemp School.
There are also some projects from older CIPs that are under construction around town, one of which has portions of Coulter Avenue closed.
It's not a complete reconstruction in that whole stretch. There are sections in which we're doing it, so different phases are being closed off as that construction progresses.
Soon the city will also expand Old Reliance Road between Austin's Colony Parkway and Highway 6. If you or your organization want to give input on the CIP, contact Paul Casper at 209-5030 sometime before the end of February.
Well, Alan, as a district, we value public input, and I know the city does too.
Yeah, and I know the city folks who organized this are excited to see how it could work for the future capital improvement plans.
Our next story is about the 8th grade extravaganza, what's becoming an annual event for our 8th graders who are looking at courses and program offerings for the 9th grade.
Today we brought all of the 8th graders from Bryan ISD to the Civic Auditorium to do an orientation of what they can expect in high school. It's called the 8th grade extravaganza. This is the second year that we've done this. It's a neat opportunity for them to see all the different programs showcased that we offer. Of course, now they have choice in where they want to attend high school, so that's kind of our overarching goal, is helping them make that decision whether they want to go to Bryan High School, Rudder High School, or Bryan Collegiate High School. And so we let those principals talk to them and get them pepped up. But after the principals, we had all the different programs go and talk. Choir, band, we had the steel drums out here, we had orchestra, athletics, drill team, ROTC, and then we had all our academic programs highlighted as well. The International Baccalaureate, the AVID program, Hammond Oliver for the Health and Human Sciences. It's just a great opportunity for these kids to see. They have so many choices to make when they get to high school. What do they want to be in? What do they want to get plugged in and be a part of? We had our superintendent give them a rah-rah speech at the beginning that was a lot of fun. It's just a neat event to be a part of.
What I'm telling you is you get out what you put into it.
We have about 1,250 eighth graders in all of Bryan ISD that will be moving to the high school setting next year. And those kids will all need to make a decision about where they want to attend high school, and that is on April 1st is the deadline for those transfer decisions. That is, if they're going to attend a school other than the one that they're zoned to attend, then they need to turn in a transfer form and get that approved by April 1st. Transfer forms will be available in our Library Processing Center out on Tabor Road beginning around February 1st. So they'll have a 2-month window of time that they can fill those out and turn those in. Library Processing Center can be reached by calling 209-7070 and talking to a very nice lady named Angela Wells. If a student wants to attend the school they're zoned to attend, then they don't need to do anything. They're ready to go. We will provide transportation between the high schools. If a student is zoned for Rudder High School and wants to attend Bryan High, what they would do is they would ride their normal bus to Rudder High School and then ride a transfer bus to Bryan High and do the exact same thing in reverse. And so those decisions are coming up. We have 4 parent nights coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have one at Bryan High School. We're going to have one at Rudder High School, one at Jones Elementary School, and one at Neal Elementary School, where parents will have the opportunity to come with their kids and hear a lot of the same information that these kids heard today with less of the fanfare involved, but get those applications, get the degree plans, talk to counselors, and just get all of their questions answered. Those are coming up in the very near future. 8th grade extravaganza is a lot of fun. It's a neat thing. The kids enjoy coming. And it's fun for the adults in the room to see the different levels of kids performing and what their students have to look forward to.
In recent shows, we've highlighted some departments who perform important functions for our district. Today we're looking at the Copy Center, our production and print facility for the district.
On the north end of Bryan, tucked behind the BISD Distribution Center, is a small building which used to house the Special Opportunity School. That building is now the home of the BISD Copy Center, where Melissa Martin and her staff work year-round to provide copy and print services to the district.
We print anywhere from 1 copy to 15,000 copies. We print all the tests, all the checkpoint tests that students do every 6 weeks. We print all the worksheets that the students do. We print anything from all testing material to all forms used within the district. All the standard forms that all the offices use, we print those as well. And we usually print we're up to 36 million copies a year now.
Tests, worksheets, posters, and envelopes, the Copy Center works year-round to meet the demands that come in a district with more than 1,000 teachers, serving over 15,000 students.
We usually get about 150 work orders a day coming in, and we've gone to online work orders, which has been great. This last year, a lot of our campuses has really picked up on that, and we normally receive about 50 to 60 of those a day. And that way, we're not wasting the time of printing out a copy. They can send everything electronic, and that's been a good technology move for us as well.
As technology has improved, so has the productivity and efficiency of the Copy Center.
About 3 years ago, we transformed over to getting digital high-speed copiers. We did have all presses in here. We had a press for every employee, which made it to be, it was very time consuming to do all the stuff because we had to actually do everything. The machines now will print, staple, and come out finished copies. Covers on them and everything. Some of the worksheets that we do are just pieces of paper, but other times, like the course guide we're working on right now, it has several inserts that are different colors of paper, and then we have a cardstock cover, and it's coming out with 2 staples on the side. So in that machine, it's inserting colored sheets with print on them and stapling them and spitting out a finished product. When we did have presses, of course, we had to wait for ink to dry. Now it's turnkey. I mean, it's dry when it comes out. Just a whole lot more efficient than it was before.
Well, Sandy, it's neat to see how technology can impact not only what goes on in the classroom, but also a department kind of behind the scenes.
That's right, and those of us who have been in education long enough to remember the ditto machines and the purple stencils, we really are glad to have this kind of technology.
Well, our last story is about Bryan's environmental education programs. The latest component of that is an interactive DVD that will soon be sent off to Bryan ISD schools. The DVD is called Buzz's Big Tour, and it features the new environmental mascot, Buzz the Bee. He takes trips all around Bryan to see all the environmental services that the city has to offer.
Every day, each one of us produce waste or items we no longer have any use for. As Americans, we produce over 210 million tons of garbage per year. As Texans, we produce over 1 ton of garbage per person per year. That's enough garbage to fill up an average-sized football stadium once every 2 weeks. It seems just easy enough to put your trash in the can and pull your can out to the curb. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what happens to the trash after it leaves the curb? Well, today we're going to find out. Hi, my name is Eric Zaragoza, and I'm the Environmental Services Manager with the City of Bryan. The following video will show you kids what you can do locally to help protect the earth and to be green in Bryan.
Well, hey there, Buzz. What brings you out?
I thought it would take some time to see what people are doing with their waste.
What do you mean?
Well, I know people make waste, and then big trucks come and pick it up. But then what?
Good question and good timing. As a matter of fact, here comes the City of Bryan garbage truck right now. What he's doing is going from house to house, picking up everybody's trash that they put curbside in these containers. What do you say we go on a field trip today to find out where all this trash goes after it leaves your curbside?
Sounds fun.
The majority of American waste is buried in landfills. In an effort to improve cost effectiveness and ensure environmental protection, the cities of Bryan and College Station joined together in May of 1990 to create Brazos Valley Solid Waste Management Agency. BVSMA runs the Rock Prairie landfill in College Station. This landfill is considered by state government to be a Subtitle D sanitary landfill and better for the environment than a dump, which just holds waste. To create this type of landfill, barriers, filters, and liners must be placed in and around the holes or cells that are dug for the waste. After the cell is filled with waste, a layer of earth is used to cover the trash. Because of these barriers, pollution from the waste does not seep into the ground and scavenger pests are reduced.
Well, Buzz, here we are. All the trash that you put in your trash can and then put it curbside, this is where it ends up. Did you know over 1,000 tons of waste enter this landfill daily? That's equal to about 72 large elephants.
Wow, Eric, this is a lot of waste. What happens to the waste that they bring here?
Trash put in this landfill will stay here for a very long time. You see, there's very little oxygen and moisture in a landfill, so it doesn't break down quickly at all. In fact, when old landfills have been dug up, 40-year-old newspapers have been found with print that you can still read. Landfills aren't designed to break down trash. They're only designed to store it. When landfills close, the site and the groundwater must be monitored for up to 30 more years.
So all of this waste will just sit here forever?
Well, Buzz, for a very, very long time it will. Items such as plastic bags took over 1,000 years to decompose. Plastic jugs can take over 1 million years to break down. But not all your waste needs to end up at the landfill. A lot of these materials can be recycled.
Recycled? I've heard about recycling. That's when you make old things into new things.
That's right, Buzz. Recycling is an easy way to prevent waste items coming to the landfill to be buried.
But what can be recycled and how?
Almost everything we throw away can be recycled. Luckily, the City of Bryan offers many different ways for us to recycle locally. Let's visit some of those places next. I have some items back at home that need to be recycled anyway.
Sounds great. This place is starting to smell anyhow.
Well, here it all is. Each one of these totes are going to go to a different location.
Wow, I can't believe all this stuff is recyclable.
It sure is, Buzz.
All you got to do, if an item is recyclable, is place it in these totes instead of the trash.
Does anything else here need to be recycled?
Just this old tire, Buzz. Well, before we leave, I better make sure I got my current BTU bill and my driver's license. All right, here they are. Let's go.
Great, let's be gone.
The Bryan Drive-In Recycling Center, located at the Super Walmart parking lot on Briarcrest Drive, is set up to accept recyclable materials which the homeowners transport themselves. Each day, over 100 cars visit the recycling center, and each month, over 130,000 pounds of material are recycled. Did you know that 7 different types of items can be recycled at the Drive-In Recycling Center? These include glass, plastic, metal paper, e-waste, cell phones, and tires.
Why are we at the Super Walmart, Eric? This is where my mom buys all our honey. Are we here to buy some honey too?
Not today, Buzz. We're here to bring your recycled waste to the City of Bryan Drive-In Recycle Center, located in the Super Walmart parking lot. It's so convenient, you don't even have to get out of your vehicle. And the best part is the waste items don't end up in a landfill.
Wow, that is really convenient. My mom can do all of her shopping and recycle her waste in the same trip.
Next month will be my 12th month in a row coming to the recycling center. All I have to do is bring in all 12 stamps to receive 1 free month of garbage fees off my BTU utility bill.
That's great, Eric. I guess it really does pay to recycle. How about all these cars on the road? Do they produce a waste?
They sure do. They produce a recyclable waste called motor oil.
Where can we recycle motor oil locally?
Right here at the Do-It-Yourself Oil and Grease Recycling Center.
The City of Bryan offers a free do-it-yourself oil center to properly dispose of used oil, filters, and grease. This facility is designed for residential use only. The center is open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and is located at the corner of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Dansby Avenue. The oil center accepts used motor oil filters, and used cooking grease.
What's the big deal about recycling motor oil, Eric? Can't we just pour it on the ground?
Recycling used motor oil is a huge deal, Buzz, and the last place it should go is on the ground or in the water. Did you know that over 40% of the pollution in America's waterways is from used engine oil? Engine oil can kill aquatic vegetation and animal life. 1 quart of oil can pollute up to 250,000 gallons of water. That means it would only take a couple of gallons of oil to pollute Lake Bryan.
Oh no, that is a huge deal. Well, I'm glad the City of Bryan offers this free and convenient drop-off center to all of its residents.
It's so easy. They even offer free gloves and napkins.
What about this oil? Does it need to go in there too?
No, Buzz. This is used cooking grease. Whenever I cook at home, I place the grease in this container to be brought over here to be recycled. It doesn't go in this one. It actually goes in another one.
Can't you just pour the grease down your kitchen sink or in the trash?
Oh, no, absolutely not. You can't put it in the trash because the landfill doesn't accept liquids of any types. And you don't want to pour it down your drain because it'll just end up clogging up your pipes and causing a whole lot of problems. The easiest thing to do, Buzz, is just bring it here. And the coolest thing, Buzz, is they recycle this into a clean-burning fuel called biodiesel.
That is cool.
The Brazos Valley Solid Waste Agency, BVSMA, in conjunction with the cities of Bryan and College Station, sponsor a household hazardous waste collection, HHW, each year in the fall and spring. This event allows all citizens in our area the opportunity to dispose free of charge household hazardous waste, cleaners, aerosols, batteries, herbicides, pesticides, and many other items. The biannual HHW Drive is another means of keeping our community clean and safe. By diverting hazardous chemicals from our waste stream and landfill, we keep our water, air, and soil healthier for all of us.
Look at this line. There are a lot of chemicals being dropped off today.
There sure are, Buzz. Did you know since the program began back in 1994 that over 17,000 people have disposed of more than 760,000 pounds of harmful chemicals and over 112 tons of computers? That's a whole lot of harmful chemicals and computers that didn't end up in our landfill, our waterways, or illegally dumped.
What a great event, and it's so easy. They even take the waste out of your vehicle for you.
And don't forget, it's free too.
Well, that's the last of our waste. I guess it's time to go home now.
Not quite yet, Buzz. Now it's time to have some fun. But first, I have to go pick up some materials for my garden.
The City of Bryan Compost Facility is one of only a handful of composting facilities of its type within the entire state and is regulated by the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality. The composting facility is designed to recycle green waste and biosolids into a beneficial product for the Brazos Valley community called compost. Compost provides an almost constant source of soil amendment. The organic materials in the compost help your plants grow by loosening the soil and allowing better root penetration. Compost increases microbial activity, which creates a healthier environment for plant growth, while the texture improves moisture retention in your soil. Compost even helps moderate the pH of your soil. Through regular use of compost, you can drastically reduce or even eliminate the need for chemical fertilizers, which saves money and reduces contamination from runoff of our waterways and drinking water.
Look at all that dirt. What goes on here, Eric?
Buzz, that's not dirt, that's compost. We're here at the City of Bryan compost facility. Did you know that all the brush collected throughout the city winds up here at this facility, along with all the biosolids our wastewater treatment plants produce?
Is compost what you need for your garden, Eric?
It sure is, Buzz. I use both compost and mulch from this facility in my garden. And every year, my garden is green without the use of chemicals or fertilizers.
And that means one less chemical to take to the household hazardous waste drive.
That's right. So let's load up the truck with some compost. That way I can show you my favorite event of the whole year.
Sounds like fun.
Let's go.
The Planet Earth Celebration is a community-wide public education event held annually on the Saturday of Earth Day in April. Representative businesses, city services, and service organizations will provide information, educational demonstrations, and displays on composting, energy conservation, green building, illegal dumping, littering, recycling, tree planting, waste reduction, water quality, wildlife preservation, and many other environmental topics.
Wow, look at all these people here at the annual Planet Earth celebration. Why do you think they care about the planet Earth, Eric?
Well, Buzz, that's a very good question. I think everybody celebrates planet Earth for their own reasons. Why don't we stop a couple of these folks and ask them why?
Sounds fun. Hey, what about him?
Tell us, Zachary, why are you here today celebrating planet Earth?
So we can clean up the environment, so we can make this Earth a better place to be in.
Isabel, tell us, why are you here today?
Because I think it's important to care about the environment because we all live in it.
So tell me, why do you care about the Earth so much?
Well, it is our only Earth that we have, so if we damage it now, it's going to be not good for the younger generation.
Tell us a little bit why you're here celebrating this day.
Well, we care a lot about planet Earth. We love nature, we love open spaces and fresh air, getting away from the traffic, and we want our little boy to have that in the future, so it's very important to us.
I think Planet Earth Day is really great because it helps out the environment and we can live in a better place with that.
Well, there sure is a whole lot of good reasons to care about planet Earth, isn't there, Buzz?
Yes, there are, and a lot of good reasons to celebrate. Now that I've learned all about easy ways to help planet Earth right here in Bryan, I want to celebrate too. Let's go check out this year's Planet Earth celebration.
Let's go.
Well, the program looks like a fun way to get our students involved in recycling efforts.
It sure is, and if you want to get involved, remember our area's Earth Day is coming up in April. Well, that's all the time we have for today on this episode of Bryan Living and Learning. To watch the show again, you can log on to bryantx.gov.
Or bryanisd.org.
And you can also log into the city's YouTube page at youtube.com/City of Bryan. For Sandy Farris, I'm Alan Bruggman. Thanks for watching.